Okay, so the next experiment is we'll perform an experiment to show how to inject malicious commands. Okay, using command injection process. So command injection is fifth experiment. So what do you mean by command injection? So in command injection, the attacker will inject malicious commands so that he can get the sensitive information from victim machine. So what are the informations he can steal? He can steal any cookie related information or any information so that he can get any finance related data or any data from the victim machine. Okay, so what is the process about how to set up the environment for this? So here we need to set up an environment to run PHP based web application on Linux or Windows machine using LAMP. So you can use LAMP server on Linux or WAMP or XAMPP on Windows operating systems. So you can use WAMP or XAMPP on Windows operating systems. Okay. So what do you mean by command injection? So when command injection attack happens, so command injection attack occurs when attacker tries to manipulate application to execute arbitrary commands on the host victim system. So here the attacker can uh, manipulate host system by executing malicious command. What are the components we require for this? So we need to have LAMP server. On Linux, we need to have LAMP server containing support for Apache, PHP, MySQL. On Windows, we have WAMP or XAMPP server containing support for Apache or PHP or MySQL. Okay, fine. So how the practical is about set up DVWA web application on your laptop using the tools given above, either WAMP, XAMPP or LAMP. So okay, next coming to our script, login. Okay, log out for your this one. So login with username as admin and password as PASSWORD. Okay, fine. Next is okay. Next is I have opened with, so configure with all the prerequisites in the above site. Login with username as admin, password as a password. So now the page is opened. Now go to DVWA security and set the security level as low. So what is the experiment we need to do now? Command injection. So this page we have done, we have got into this one. So now we need to type in any IP. So if you don't know any IPs or any for understanding for testing the security purpose. So you are in a company, you are developing a web application. You have to see where you will dump that web application or where you try to execute that web application. You'll try to execute web application on local host only. So what is your local host IP? Your local host IP is 127.0.0.1. That is a loopback address. That is also called as loopback address. So hit 127. Now try to ping to your local IP only. So local host only. So now you try to ping to your local host itself. So ping is done successfully. I got, this is the reply. So ping statistics for 127.0.0.1 is number of packets sent is 4 and number of packets received is 4. Last packets are 0. Now I will open my Windows OS. Just I'll type ipconfig. So mine is wireless. I have connected to the internet through wireless LAN. So I have to go for this IP 192.168.0.103. Okay, so ping with respect to my IP is also done successfully with respect to my Windows OS. Okay. That's IP is 192.168.0.10.0.103. Okay. So next command is, now I have checked ping. Okay, now I want to view the directory related information. So to view directory related information along with ping, to do to get the directory related information along with ping, I have to use ampersand bin symbol. So IP to be pinged and dir. So what dir will do? Dir will give the listing of all the files stored. Okay. Dir will give the listing of all the files stored. So first command is IP. So this is the result what I've got through ping. Okay. Now, and dir, I have given dir command. What is the dir command? What is the output it has given? Volume in drive F, volume serial directory of F. Okay, so what is this directory F exam page talks? So now I'm working on some web application. Okay, now I'm working on a web application. So it has given information related to the disk. What is the disk I'm working in? F drive. XAMPP htdocs. So it has given the working drive where I'm working the application. So the dir has given this result. Okay. Now suppose, assume I'm working on Linux machine. Instead of dir, what I should give? I should give ls. So ls, in if I'm working in Linux, I should give ls. See, this command has not given the output for ls. Why? Because ls is with respect to Linux OS command. It is not a Windows command. Okay, that is the reason. So okay, so these two comments are done. Now I will check with respect to this command 192.168.0.103. So this command will give only one data. So now if I give dir, ping request couldn't find host dir. So just like that it will not give. So first we have to give an IP and then it will give the result. Okay. Okay, what I need to do next? Further change the security level to medium, and then we will need to try execute some of the commands. Okay, come to DVWA security, set the security level as medium, and then come to your command injection and come to and click view source. So here previously I was using ampersand symbol in between. This ampersand is set to null here. So remove any of the characters that is given in the array. So if these characters are encountered, that will be removed and set as null. That is about this one. Now I will try to give the same command 192. So bad parameter dir. Why? Because this ampersand is restricted here in medium level security. Same thing, right? See, bad parameter dir. Now we'll try to give this command. So this double pipe, if I use double pipe, so it is the R condition. It will display either one of the result. So now I'm getting only ping statistics. I'm not getting directory related statistics for this. What I need to do further? I should use this single pipe for that. So if I use single pipe along with IP, what will happen? This ping part is ignored and I'll get only directory related result. I'll copy paste this and I will execute. Give submit. So I'm getting the result of directory related listing. Okay. So what is the command I have given? So what is this about? So this will bypass this pipe symbol will ignore the result of ping, and it will give only the result of dir. Now this command I got the output. Okay, next further what I need to do? Further I need to see based on your operating system you have to type the command. So if you are working in Linux, now as I'm working in Windows, I have given dir. If you are working in Linux, give ls. Next further change the security level to high. And try the same commands. So now I will see in the view source what they have done. So what characters they have restricted? Ampersand, semicolon, pipe symbol, hyphen, dollar, brackets, single quote, double pipe. These are they have uh, extracted, and they have asked to set to null. Now if I give this command, bad parameter. Why? Because that is bypassed. So I'm getting the result of directory now. So why I'm getting the result of directory? See here, they have bypassed only single pipe symbol. Okay, I can use pipe symbol. See, now this much vacant is there. I can use a pipe symbol. Still, I'm getting directory related information. So further, if we change the security level to impossible, we can type all the commands what we have done previously. So first I'm trying to ping with the IP. Yes, ping is done. So you have entered invalid IP. It is showing like this. Why? Because this impossible, what it is doing, whatever the IP address we are giving here, whatever the IP we are giving here, it is exploding the IP. Explode what it is doing wherever the dot. So you know how the IP address is given. IP address is given with dot 127.0.0.1. So wherever the dot is encountered, that is taken as separate array and a separate number, and then finally it is validated. Okay, so like that the security is given here, like that the security is given. So it is not allowing any special characters. So it is considering IP address as octet. So we have taken an octet variable, that is further we are exploding. Explode means what it does. Now you know, in the checkbox you can select multiple options. So all those options we have to further during in the backend for the processing, all those options we have to keep now. So what we'll do, we are going to use explode command. Okay, like that. So we can use explode here. So it will separate wherever the dot is encountered in IP, it will separate. And further following that, you know, we will have further commands like dir, ls, all that will be bypassed. Sorry, those will not be bypassed, though all those are ignored. It is not bypassed, it is ignored. Yes, see, it is giving invalid IP. So this is the result of impossible level security. So what is the thing? So to avoid command injection, what the developer has to do? Validate the input. See how the input should be validated. Now I'm in the first name, I'm typing numericals. So in the name, in the name field, name should not contain any numericals. It should contain only alphabetical characters. Okay. So now I'll try to submit the form. Invalid email address. Okay. So in the place of mobile number or email address, I'm supposed to give either only mobile number or any email address. So what I will do, I will add some junk data. Now if I try to sign, see how the input is validated. So here an input is given, okay, in the way that only if the specified pattern is matched, then the input is processed. So what is the pattern for mobile number? 10 digits mobile number. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Okay, so this format is correct. This mobile number format is correct. So now password, if I give india@123. Now if I give sign up, it is taking, but they have done one mistake. This name field should have only alphabets. So if I give alpha numerals, what will happen? So the form is not processing further like this. Each and every form field should be processed properly before the form is submitted to server side. So this is called as client side or front end form validation. This is called as client side or front end form validation. So this client side validation or front end validation is done using JavaScript. This is validation is done before sending the form data to server. So invalid email address or phone number. So this form it is not accepting. Okay. So they have bypassed the thing like this. So like this, the input has to be validated, strictly validated. So how the input is validated? If there is mobile number or email address text box, the mobile number should contain 10 digits. Email address means proper email address, like that. The input should be validated. So use list of acceptable inputs like ampersand, comma, pipe symbol, like that. Reject or sanitize special characters. If any special characters are given like this, reject or sanitize this special characters. The form should not accept this special characters. So avoid shell commands in the form. So example, who am I? This is one shell command. So this shell command should be ignored. This shell command should be filtered. Okay, this is one thing. So use parameterized functions for avoiding SQL injection. So limit user privileges so that only the authorized user who is given that certain task. Example, so the authorized user who is performed to do that task, that person only should do. Others are not given permission to do that task. So harden the environment, disable. So in hardening the environment, you will come across disabling unused functionalities, regular updates. Update your softwares or operating system regularly. Okay, don't use the vulnerable old softwares. So default settings, use default settings to allow. Sorry, use default settings to allow only traffic from authorized or a legitimate source. Okay, don't allow traffics from unauthorized or illegitimate sources. use proper logging and monitoring mechanisms, escape user input when necessary. So now user, now I'm Pavan. So what I will do, PAVAN, like this I'll give. So this much space is left free. This type of wrong input should be escaped. Okay. So what is the symbol for that? We are going to use strip slashes. Okay. Now we'll get into PHP W3 schools. Then I will show. What are the things should be for form validation, what it should have. See, if this is a form, now I will give like this. The form should not, so only letters and white space allowed, like this. The input has to be, the form has to be validated. So this is a mechanism to avoid this kind of attacks. Now I'll give script, I'll try to run script tag here. See, only letters and white space allowed. Script is removed. Okay. So like this. So the form is validated. So how this validation is done? This validation is done using JavaScript. So this JavaScript, we're going to use regular expressions for that purpose. JavaScript regular expressions for form validation. Okay. That's it. Fine. Thank you.